Hello, and welcome to Tales for Life. In each episode of this podcast, we'll explore a folk or fairy tale from a different culture or region and discover the life lessons, values, and morals they offer that we can use today. Join me on the journey through the magical and meaningful world of folk and fairy tales. Hello, story lovers, and welcome to another episode of Tales for Life, the podcast that journeys through life one tale at a time. This episode might ruffle the fur of our inner squirrel, because it's a playful but poignant look at what happens when we keep too many doors cracked open and forget to walk through any of them. It's called Pick One or Be None. Most of us love keeping our options open. We date without committing, explore careers without choosing, and juggle side projects hoping one will somehow float to the top. But what often happens? Time slips by, momentum fizzles, and the effort we put in gets split so many ways it loses strength altogether. We chase 3 goals instead of mastering one, and wonder why none of them ever come to life. It's not because we're not working, it's because we're working without focusing. Even something as simple as planning dinner can reflect this, debating takeout versus cooking versus skipping it all together. 30 minutes later, we're tired, frustrated, and still hungry. Multiply that dynamic across years, and the cost of indecision becomes painfully clear. Today's story offers a gentle mirror. In a woodland corner where crisp leaves fall and preparations begin, we meet a creature faced with choices, and the very real consequences of trying to hedge every bet. Through his journey, we glimpse a quiet truth about effort, intention, and what it takes to truly prepare for what's ahead. It's titled, Stashes Too Many and Nuts Too Few. Let's begin. In a particularly golden corner of Bramblewood, where the leaves fluttered like confetti and mushrooms popped up like old buttons, lived a squirrel named Tibbins. Tibbins was known for his bright eyes, bushy tail, and an unfortunate habit of overthinking nearly everything. When autumn arrived and the other creatures scurried to prepare for winter, Tibbins took his nut gathering very seriously indeed. Just perhaps too seriously. He had 3 ideas for where to store his nuts: a cozy hollow in the old chestnut tree, a patch of soft soil beneath the elderberry bush, and a clever little nook inside a rotting log by Pebble Stream. Each was splendid in its own way. The hollow was dry and safe, but he worried a woodpecker might discover it. The buried stash would be well hidden, yet it might get soggy in the rain. And the log was tucked away nicely, though it wasn't terribly convenient to reach. "I mustn't be hasty," muttered Tibbins, clutching an acorn like it was a rare gem. "Decisions are dreadfully permanent." So he spent his day scampering from one spot to the next, pondering, doubting, and rethinking. Eventually, worn thin by all the considering, he chose not to choose. He used all 3. Each morning he'd set out with a paw full of nuts, dropping 2 in the tree hollow, 1 in the log, 3 beneath the bush, and so on. By the 3rd week, he was utterly exhausted, and still only halfway through his gathering. When the frost finally came, it came fast. Tibbins scurried to his hiding places, but oh dear, he couldn't remember where the log had been. The elderberry bush had flooded, and while the tree hollow had a few nuts left, it wasn't nearly enough. By midwinter, he was cold, hungry, and awfully thin. His friend Marnie, who had stored all her nuts in a neat pile beneath her favorite oak, spotted his drooping ears and offered him shelter and supper. Tibbins was grateful beyond words, and when spring came, soft and bright as a dandelion puff, he made a promise to himself. Next year, 1 tree, 1 plan, 1 purpose. And so ends our tale. A little woodland whimsy, a few giggles, and a whole lot of truth tucked between the twigs. Tibbins may have been gathering nuts, but the heart of his story is about something far more human. Our tendency to keep every option open in hopes that one will just magically lead us forward. The reality is, exploration is vital, but exploration without commitment leads to exhaustion. Whether it's your career, a relationship, a creative dream, or simply how you spend your time each day, too many stashes mean too little progress. Efforts scattered across too many directions rarely builds anything lasting. And indecision? It's a decision in itself, with consequences that usually sneak up in moments of need. So if you're standing in front of 3 paths, weighing every possible outcome, consider this. Sometimes choosing one, just one, and giving it your full weight is how you build the future you've been imagining. Thank you for joining us today. We hope Stashes Too Many and Nuts Too Few offered not just a smile, but a reflection worth keeping through whatever season you're in. We'll be back soon with another tale, another truth, and another chance to journey through life, one story at a time.